me a second. I'll let you know. I wanted to give you a little bit, listening to Sean here, I'm thinking, I mean, how many more tips do you need in a night to get started as a new investor? We're the folks that are still working full-time right now. Okay. Ann and I started, we had 2 corporate full-time jobs making pretty good money, and we can get into that in a little bit. But first I wanted to give you a little bit about the results that we've had. Not in terms of financial, because for us it wasn't about money. We were always focused on what we wanted for lifestyle. So how many of you seen Ann and I around or seen us talk or whatever? Were there brand new people who've never been here before? How many are tired of raising their hands on that? Okay. Well, Ann and I, over the last 5 years that we were in Michigan, we bought and sold personally, we're not licensed, over 140 houses that were all flips. And it was crazy. And we got to a point right around this time last year, a little bit before, where we said, you know, we're ready to do something else. We're ready to move to leave the state. So people ask us all the time, well, why did you move here? What made you move to Utah? And the answer is, well, we just wanted to. We had the time and the money and the freedom at that last year in our lives where we could make that choice. So start thinking about, Sean talked about, know what you want to do. And I think you had 2 things in mind. One was from a real estate perspective, what kind of deals you're looking for. But take that up another level. What do you want out of your real estate business? Is it just a little bit extra money a month? Or is it to have complete control of your time and your money and not have to report to the man? At our corporate jobs, Ann had a 30-minute commute and I had an hour. I was driving an hour from home to work, every single day, 5 days a week. We made good money, but we didn't have the lifestyle that we wanted that we were able to create with our real estate business. And once we moved here, you know, there was something. Can you kill maybe the front lights? Can you back to the outlets? You know what it is? It's going forward all by itself. You know Brad Simmons? Brad set up a little weekend get together and pizza. Okay, so this is it just scrolling through or? Yeah. Okay, can you stop the slideshow? Let me know when you stop so I know what you're talking about. I went to a, I'll spare you that story, that's kind of silly. Oh, that'll work. So these are part of our mastermind group. We meet twice a year in Central Kentucky with our good friends Brad and Cindy Simmons. They host it. If you're looking at, you got great tips from Sean tonight and Randall. And if I can give you one tip, it's to build relationships with other investors that are more successful than you are. It's kind of been, I've heard just about everybody talk about that so far tonight, because it is so critical. I've had conversations with Matt about these ideas that come out of our mastermind group, and he says, Joel, that's just a brilliant idea. I said, that's not my idea. Somebody else is doing it. I don't think we've ever had an original idea in our real estate careers for anything that we've done. We've just stolen it from somebody else that's already proven that it's worked. So this group meets twice a year, and we just kind of hang out for the weekend and some intense sessions, and then hang out and drink and eat the 3 nights that we're there. Go ahead and grab Dennis and Trevor. This is on Pete's ad. That's a good ad. Don't be trapped by your history, be inspired by your potential. This is one of the signs that's up at Pete's house. Go ahead and move on to the next one. Focused attention is more powerful than genius. Like that. These are Ann's aunt and uncle that came out to ski with us this winter. So it's kind of cool when they say, hey, what are you guys doing the third week in February? We'll say, when you're coming out, we're skiing with you. Because not that we're on vacation 24/7, but we've got the flexibility with the way that we've structured our business where we can spend time skiing with friends when they come out. Go ahead, the next one. There's me and Ann and our two puppies. And this Brad and Cindy, they're two kids. They came up the very last week that Snow Basin was open when it was like 50 out. So those guys have an amazing lifestyle. They can basically operate anywhere. So they're out on the patio at Snow Basin with the laptops, because it's all wireless, and their cell phones, and they're just doing stuff. They're watching their kids come down the hill because they didn't want to ski. And we took their, 6 and 8-year-olds? 8 and 10-year-olds. They had lessons in the morning, and we were skiing with them all afternoon. It was an absolute blast. And Aunt's brother and sister-in-law by the moose. This is after it was a little bit warmer. Played a little disc golf. That was just a couple weeks ago. Cindy on the back of the motorcycle. Yeah, so we were skiing during the day at Snow Basin, and of course it's spring, so we were riding the motorcycle after that. And Pete Fortunato, amazing mind, real estate mind. Got to spend some time with him. So I just wanted to give you those ideas. I think it's pretty much all of them, isn't it, Trevor? More ski pictures. We like to ski. You ever figure it out? I'm going to look at my notes here real quick. So like I said, think about for yourselves what's the end game. What do you want to get out of this? Because that's what's going to keep you focused. Because I don't know if you figured this out yet. There's a lot of real estate gurus that make it sound like there's no work at all involved, and it's going to be a walk in the park. That's not the case. You are going to work. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. And when you're focused on the results and why you're doing it, the time and the effort isn't as painful when you come up with little bumps, or when you're learning about how to wholesale and trust, and you're learning all these terms and nothing seems to be sinking in, and you're struggling. When you focused on why you're doing it, it makes the process of learning and going through those bumps a lot easier. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's see.
Ian and I started full-time, like I said, full-time jobs. We went to a 5-day real estate boot camp, and that's where the majority of the people that we started that mastermind group came out of. And that was just about 10 years ago to the day, back in April of 2002. And one of the things that came out of that, and I was talking to Cameron about this before we started, is a requirement out of that 10-day boot camp is we had to write 10 offers by the end of the boot camp. And we were from Michigan. Boot camp was in Phoenix. We had to write 10 offers on the houses in Phoenix that we never saw before. Now that went a great deal toward reducing the fear. Sean had a great idea. Write an offer day and put it in your drawer. No fear with that. Who's going to see it, right? And then pull them out after a month after you got into the habit and send them in. But if you're looking for another tip from me, and I talked about it before, it's write offers. And you got, earlier today, Matt kicked off with a 25, 25, 4 and 2. There's your formula. It's right there. Because you do those 25 calls, and you send out those 25 mailers, that's going to lead to you being able to write those 4 offers a day, or 4 offers a week, or whatever goal that you guys set. I'm not as good as you, Sean. I gotta look at my notes.
Thank you guys so different.
Build yourself a team. This is going to be my last tip for you. So we moved out middle of August last year, and we knew 2 people in northern Utah, total. We met them the January before at a seminar in Atlanta, I think it was Atlanta. 2 people. Those 2 people have led us to be able to start building our Utah real estate business, because it was all based on referrals. We are constantly asking for people, what title company should we use? Oh, we need a plumbers in Ogden. Who do you know? Sean, can I take a look at the trust deeds that you're using on your W-2 deals? Took them a while to get it to me, but he got it to me. Okay, but there's just so much free information of people that in this room and on this board that want to see you succeed. You just gotta ask for the help. Ask yourself, what's holding me back? What am I missing? What strategy do I not understand? And go ask somebody for that help. We got referrals to where we bank, to dentists, to our doctors. Everybody came out of people that we met that started with those 2 people. And a vast majority of the people that we're working with in our real estate business have come out of the connections that we've made through this club. So I'm going to wrap up. The 3 tips I got is meet people, build your mastermind group, network, ask for help, and what was the 3rd one? Right offers. And there was one more. Was there a bonus? Oh, and then and Sean and Dan talked about this also. When you're talking with sellers, this is your bonus tip. Sean asked, when you're talking to sellers, why do you want to sell this house? They want something different. In their mind, they want to be in a better situation than they're already in. And I've talked before about you're not negotiating, you're not talking for a win-win situation. Your goal should be a better situation. Sean, if you're my seller, what do you need to be in a better situation than you're in right now?
Get rid of this house.
I've got to get rid of this house. And that may not necessarily mean a pile of cash, because P. Fortunato says, hey, you want 100 grand? But come back in 2 months. You're going to have a pile of 100 grand sitting on your kitchen table. You're going to build a shrine to it? No. You're going to do something with that money. So it's learning what that better situation is for that seller and helping them get into that situation. And I think I'm done unless we have time for questions.
Go ahead. 2 questions.
2 questions. 2 questions. Nobody's got questions.
We primarily investing now. Sean, you're primarily doing the cash flow stuff, east, west side, sort of things, and you're down in the neighborhood.
So your question is, what are we investing in now?
Yeah, well, what are your primary kind of interests?
We're flipping. Our first few years, we did a lot of buy and holds, and they didn't go as well as we had thought they would, and we sort of have a bad taste in our mouth still after that. So things are going to have to change a bit for us mentally before we're willing to dive into that again. So we're just happy with what's right now.
What's your end game? What's your ultimate goal?
Our ultimate goal is just to make money to live on. I mean, pretty much at this point. I mean, with flips anyway.